Hello students, welcome to my channel GS Maths. Today I am going to give you a brief review of the chapter Statistics from class 10. Now to start with, I will first discuss the methods to find the mean, right? Now, the very first thing, very important thing is, you see it's the class mark. First thing, class mark, or we can call this as mid value. Mid value. It is the mean of the upper limit plus the lower limit divided by 2. It is mean of that. Say our class interval is given to as 20 to 30. So this is the lower limit of that class interval. This is the upper limit of class interval. So class mark or the mid value will be 20 plus 30 divided by 2. That is 50 divided by 2. It comes out to be 25. This is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. You have a class interval of 20 to 30. This is the lower limit of the class interval. This is the upper limit of the class interval. If I take the mean of it, I get the mid value or the class mark. Now, how to find the mean of ungrouped data, right? Now, for ungrouped data, say we have 2, 7, 8. These are the observations: 2, 7, 8, 10, 13, 15, right? I want to find the mean. This is called ungrouped data, mean of ungrouped data. This is equal to, you sum up all the observations, that is sum of the observations divided by number of observations. It's a very primary thing. You all must be knowing this. This plus this plus this plus 10 plus 13 plus 15 divided by how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided by 6, you will get the mean of the ungrouped data. Now, second is when it is a grouped data, mean of grouped data. There we have formula to calculate the mean. Now the first formula is, this is mean of grouped data, right? How you find the mean of grouped data? The number one method is, the first method to find is direct method. And the second method to find this is, we call it as assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Now, direct method, this is mean, x bar, mean equals to summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi, that is I equals to 1 to n, I equals to 1 to n. Means how many observations are there? You start from there, sum up all those, you get the summation of fi. Multiply fi with the mid value, right? And sum up those values, you get summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi, where fi is the frequency of the class. It is frequency of the class. Xi is the mid value. Xi is the mid value. If directly the observations are given and the frequency is given, just like this, x is given, fi is given, this is xi directly given, so we can just find fi xi, sum up of fi xi, and over here it's a summation of fi. We will use this formula then to find the mean. This is called a direct method, right? Now, in some cases, when the values of fi and xi are very large, then we use, to make our calculations easy, we use assumed mean method. Over there the formula is this. Let me write down. I will rewrite this formula. Direct method is x bar equals to summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. I equals to 1 to n, I equals to 1 to n. This is direct method. Assumed mean method is this. X bar equals to a plus summation of fi di divided by summation of fi. I equals to 1 to n, I equals to 1 to n. Now a is the assumed mean, right? And di equals to, a is the assumed mean and di equals to xi minus of a. Xi is the mid value minus of the assumed mean. We will write it. This is a plus summation of fi di. We will sum up these, the product, and we will sum up the frequencies given to find the mean. This is your mean using assumed mean method. I again repeat, this is a direct method. X bar equals to this. This is assumed mean method. This method is used when the frequency, values of the frequency and the observations are very large, or the mid values are very large. There we use this assumed mean method. X bar equals to a plus summation fi di divided by summation of fi, where a is the assumed mean and di equals to xi minus a, that is mid value minus of the assumed mean in each case. Now, next topic is how we find the mode of a grouped data. Right. Now, first let me define what is mode. Now, what is mode? Mode is that value among the observations which occurs most often. That is the highest frequency. The observation which has the highest frequency, or in other words, in a layman words, it occurs most often. That is called mode. This is for ungrouped data. This is for ungrouped data. Right? Now for a grouped data, there we have a formula which is called, now for a grouped data, which is this. It is, for group data, it is L plus F1 minus F0 divided by twice of F1 minus F0 minus of F2. This is L. L is the lower limit, and F1 minus F0 twice of F1 minus F0 minus F2 multiplied by H, where L, F1, F0 have the respective meanings. Now I will just explain what is L. It is the lower limit of modal class. Now modal class is the class which has the highest frequency. The class which is having the highest frequency is taken up. This L is the lower limit of that modal class. F1 is frequency of modal class, that class. F0 is the frequency of the class preceding the modal class. And this F2 is the frequency of the class succeeding succeeding the modal class. Succeeding the modal class. And what is H? H is the class size. H is the class size. Just like 20 to 30, right? If this is the modal class, 20 is the lower limit. I take L. And what is H? H equals to 10, the class size. There is a difference of 10 only, 10 minus 20. It is 10. H is called the class size. For ungrouped data, mode is the observation which occurs most often in a layman's language, or in other words, which has the highest frequency. That is called the mode. So for a group data, we choose the modal class first. Modal class is that class which has the highest frequency. We take the lower limit of that class, F1, frequency of the modal class, F0, frequency of the class preceding the modal class, and F2, frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, and H is called the class size. This is how we find mode of a grouped or ungrouped data, right? Now the third thing is median. We call mean, mode, median as the central tendency of, right, measures of central tendency. All the three of them are called measures of central tendency. Now the third one is called the median. Median. It is the mid value of the observations, right? Now to discuss this, the median of the data is the value of the middlemost observations. Now in case of ungrouped data, you have to arrange all the observations in increasing or decreasing order. Arrange all the observations in increasing or decreasing. Arrange all the observations in increasing or decreasing order. Now once you do this, you just calculate the number of observations. Number of observations. Now if this n, the number of observations, is even, there are two cases. First, n is even. Second case, when n is odd. So if n is even, then we find the median as n by 2 plus 1 observation. N by 2, rather it is n by 2th observation. Let me verify the even. If n is even, the median is, right, it is n by 2th plus n by 2 plus 1 divided by 2. This is the median. This is the median. This observation, n by 2 observation. N by 2, if n is say 10, we will take 10 by 2, that is 5th, plus n by 2, 5th plus 6, 1. 6th observation, 5th observation plus 6th observation divided by 2 will give you the median. If n is even. If n is odd, then we calculate the median by this formula. Median is calculated n plus 1 by 2th observation. If n is 5, n is say 23, 23 plus 1, 24, 24 divided by 2, it is the 12th observation is the median. This is for ungrouped data, right? Arrange all the observations in increasing or decreasing order. Now you count on the observations, that is n. It can be even, it can be odd. If n is even, then the median is given by this, n upon 2th plus n by 2 plus 1th upon 2 observation. This observation will give you the median. Now if n is odd, then n plus 1 by 2th observation will give you the median. Now for a grouped data, we have again a formula. For grouped data, we have again a formula to find the median, right? Now the formula is, for grouped data, group, that is median equals to L plus, right? It is L plus n by 2 minus Cf divided by frequency of that f into h. Now what does this mean? What is n by 2? L is the lower limit of median class. How you find the median class? For this, say we have xi, the mid value, then frequency is given to us. We calculate the cumulative frequency. Say I sum up this frequency, this gives you summation of fi. This is equal to n, the number of observations. Then this Cf is calculated, say it's 2, it's 4, it's 8 and so on. We will calculate cumulative frequency as we will write 2 over here, it's 2 plus 4, 6 plus 8, 14 and so on. We will locate the median class from this. What we will do, we will have the summation of fi. First we will calculate n by 2, right? So n by 2 is located in this, and the class interval, say I get n by 2 as 14, right? So in front of it, this class interval will be taken as the median class, right? Or we will locate the class interval looking into the CF column and then locating the median class in the class interval section. This class interval column. Once we get the median class, then again it's the same. L is the lower limit of median class, n by 2 summation of fi. This is n divided by 2. Then Cf cumulative frequency preceding the median class. F is the frequency of the median class. F is the frequency of the median class, and H is of course the class size. H is the class size. Now again I repeat, median of a group data is calculated by this formula. First of all, we have to locate the median class. Median class is located by just adding up the frequency. This will give you n. Find n by 2. Locate that n by 2 in the CF column, right, cumulative frequency column, and corresponding to it, go into the class interval to locate the median class. Once you locate the median class, then look for the L, that is the lower limit of the median class. We have already n by 2. This is CF. CF is the cumulative frequency preceding the median class, and F is a frequency of the median class. H is the class size. Remember this formula for calculating the median of a grouped data. Now the last thing is an empirical relationship between three means, central means of tendency is this. That is a relation, empirical formula we call. Empirical formula empirical formula for the three central means of tendency. We call them as central means of tendency. They are mean, they are mode, and of course the median. And the relationship between them is 3 median minus of 2 times mode equals to mean, or we can say, sorry, it is 2 times the mean equals to mode. 3 median minus 2 mean equals to mode, or we can write 3 times the median equals to mode plus 2 times mean. Now any two of these central tendencies will be given to you. Say mean is given, mode is given, you can calculate the median. The relationship or the empirical formula between mean, mode and the median is given by this formula. 3 times median minus 2 times mean equals to the mode. This is the summary of the chapter statistics from class 10. The third method was there previously, that is, we call it as step deviation method to find the mean. It has been deleted recently from the syllabus. So I have just gone through a brief summary of this chapter so that you can recall it, revisit it, and just start doing the things, start solving the numerical problems on this topic. It will help you out. Thanks for watching my video and have a nice day.